documentary film by Cullen Troutman on Steve Jobs. This is why he should be voted in to the APUSH Wall of Fame. Steve Jobs, a man of unique origins, was born in San Francisco, California on February 24, 1955. His parents were Joanne Carol Schwiebel, a woman of Swiss-German descent, and his father, Adaft Jadi, who hailed from a Muslim household and was born to wealthy Syrian parents. Due to his parents' astronomical difference in backgrounds, Joanne's parents were not particularly happy with the relationship. So, when they became pregnant with Steve, he was immediately put up for adoption. Steve would become adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. Paul is of German descent, and Clara is of American descent. Steve Jobs. Often associated with the controversy of claiming credit for others' ideas, a mistake he later acknowledged, demonstrated his true strength in collaboration. He co-founded a company that would become a global household name, Apple Incorporated. This billion-dollar enterprise was not built by Jobs alone, but by a dedicated team. Apple's success stands as a powerful testament to the role of teamwork in entrepreneurship, inspiring the audience to value and foster collaborative efforts in their endeavors. Jobs says, "The Blue Box showed that their company could take on significantly larger tech giants and beat them now. That there would be no Apple if not for the Blue Box." In 1972, Wozniak designed a digital blue box to generate the necessary tones to manipulate the telephone network, allowing free long-range distant calls. The first computer Apple made was in 1976. During his college years, Jobs took a calligraphy class. He credits this class for the multiple typefaces and proportional fonts you see on the Mac today. One quote he said was, "And if I had never dropped in on that single calligraphy class in college, the Mac would never have had multiple typefaces or proportionally spaced fonts." The first Apple Store was opened in May 2001. It featured the renowned Genius Bar, where customers could seek technical support and were bound to get it and have their issues solved. In 2016, these stores would get a rehaul, which then followed throughout the country when it began in San Francisco. Later, the store's well-known model would then be sought out by other businesses around the world.
And no idea how college was going to help me figure it out. And here I was, spending all of the money my parents had saved their entire life.
Before I go, I think it would be best if you learned some interesting facts about Steve Jobs. For instance, his childhood home was declared a historical landmark in 2013, and in 2022, he was posthumously awarded the Presidential Medal of Freedom. If that doesn't show that he made an impact in the American lives of people across the country, then I don't know what would. Throughout his career at Apple, Jobs took several medical leaves due to his battle with pancreatic cancer, which sadly claimed his life in 2011. I hope throughout this video, and hearing just some of Jobs' stories, you understand why he should be put and elected onto the APUSH Wall of Fame.
Every poster,
Thank
every
you.
label on every drawer was beautifully hand calligraphed. Because I had dropped out and didn't have to take the normal classes, I decided to take a calligraphy class to learn how to do this. I learned about serif and sans serif typefaces, about varying the amount of space between different letter combinations, about what makes great typography great. It was beautiful, historical, artistically subtle in a way that science can't capture, and I found it fascinating.